Yeah.
I
Yeah, I watched a little bit, so I kind of skimmed through, but I'm just seeing I'm seeing I started seeing when you were talking, it's like flying pyramids of Egypt.
yeah.
And you're the one who's operating one of them. You're this woman in long dress, very thick. It's kind of bronze looking color dress. It's really shiny. There's some interesting thing on top of your head. It looks like in a profile like an eagle head on top of your head. Very interesting, kind of goes like this over. It's like you're flying back to Sirius C. That's what you're saying. And then because I also see Orion and Pleiades. You go there too. It's like you had lives there and but it's interesting. I see Sirius C. Almost I want to say that it's like a satellite. Um, can't even call it a planet because it kind of looks like the moon, except it's made out of different material. If I touch the moon, it feels more like calcium of some sort, dust. This one, it gives me like a comparison. Sirius C looks absolutely blue, like blue glass. Blue glass covered with some sort of enamel. Mm, there are bases inside. There are bases on there is like energy. It altogether it looks like a big, large nebula with dust all around it. The dust forms the ring around the planet. The ring holds the frequency. It's used like headquarters of the where beings get together from Pleiades, from Orion. Different consoles going on, and also they store different laboratory equipment and um, like ammunition type of weapons too. I see different kind of, well, I cannot call them cannons, but it looks something like this.
Mhm.
Um, Totally different. They're like molded from one thing and kind of takes a form of some sort of kind of strange looking gun, but it's giant and I can tell there's something, some energy goes inside, it fills it up, and it shoots like it would be like dots or like it's almost when the water drops, like droplets of water, shape of a teardrop thingy, but it would be yellow and orange. Inside it would be red, like residue of something, like a red goo residue, whatever that is. But it's more a formation of a gas. I'm just in this room was all this stuff. I can go out. Um, and I see the office. It's like half circle office, crescent kind of shape on the right side of it. And I see that the pyramids, they park outside on the surface on this glossy kind of surface, blue. Almost looks like a strange looking mirror glass, whatever. It feels very cold too. Like there's a sustained some certain temperature of cold on outside, but inside it feels warm. So it's like for reflection of some mm, cosmic rays or whatever it is. Um, because it's like under the Series B, it's like A, B, and C here. You do have connection with Series A too, because it's your other life, but what pops up is like seventh dimension there. That's probably you felt connection with all this like masters and all this because there is like a mystery school of knowledge there that I see you as like as a man with a beard. You change from robe to jumpsuit when you go on a spaceship. The spaceships look exactly like pyramids. Like I almost feel like I'm in this. You had a live incarnation on projection of Earth on the timeline when you literally flew a bunch of pyramids and to observe Earth. It's like you discovered new territory, like what they tell us that Columbus did.
Mhm.
And then you just like want to observe it and see the plants, animals, and all that. You're very interested in animal life and plant life, and I see you holding like glass tubes, like lab tubes, and there's little green kind of like a plant in there with a yellow little bud, like a flower is gonna blossom from it, and you're holding it in a glass tube. And then I see you're talking to deers in the woods. Deers look a little different. They're really not afraid. They just come forward once you lock in with your eyes, with their eyes, and you tell them that they read your vibration. You don't even really need to tell them what your intentions are. They know. And I see horses like real wild dark brown horses. They look different. They feel like the spirit of them is so huge. Like the energy is amazing. It's like you're on a different planet, but it's Earth with giant baobab type trees all over. The huge giant palm trees that you can actually, some of the palm trees, they have the interesting openings, like they grow like this, and it's like you can sit in there and reflect and absorb, like exchange the energy of your energy with the tree's energy. I see them right now. It's almost as if you would think somebody took the inside out, but nobody did. It's just the way the tree projected its appearance in the physical, because it's totally physical, and you're physical there too. And the pyramids were like they were confiscated. And I see big reptilians, they are all in armor. Their chests are in metal. They have these huge belts with some things stuck in them, stuffed inside the belts. Some tools. Mm, they look like they could be weapons. But they're all like have these big metallic things on top. They're big, like round, almost like shield type thing. And on the back, some of them only have like capes, but I think those are commanders. And you know what they do? I see them like they turn into nothing. The energy spins and they disappear. I've seen those capes before. Yeah, they took over 18 of you, and you used it's like I see your guys are coming and actually fighting reptilians with some interesting weapon. The weapon look, like Captain Hook in the cartoon. It has this hook. So the weapon looks like a holder, like a handle with the hook on top. And from the hook it goes like energy, almost like an electrical bolt of bright blue energy, and zaps them. You zap them on the back, where would be heart area type. Their hearts are interesting. They're huge, giant, sitting in the middle of the rib cage of the like chest. They look weird. They look like artificial with a little light inside, like ignition or whatever. And you zap that electromagnetic field. That's the only way to get them. And their body dies. I see their energy bodies coming out, which they do. It's almost like they stole somebody's soul, made it theirs, covered it with technology to make it theirs, because it's high voltage little piece of a soul that would burn their energy body if it wasn't covered with layers of technology. And then they take it with them when they escape from the body container. It looks like it. I see them getting picked up by some spaceships with reptilians. Like this heart gives a signal out, pick me up, I lost my body, and they pick them up. And you got, so basically you just stayed. But then something happens. I see like big explosions happen. It's like bombs dropped from the sky. And oh, that's, I'm in a different timeline, totally different, but it's still Earth. It's Terra. And you're there with all those, you're part of those 18 group, and you try to tell human, and humans are not that many of them, really not. They're all spread out. The world looks like a one big, mm, how can I call it? One big territory, and people look the same. They all kind of like Slavic type people, which is interesting. They almost like put braids like on their heads. Like if you look in the ancient Slavic, Russian, Yugoslavian, Polish, Czech, like outfits, and kind of looks like it. Um, and you're telling them not to listen to any aliens who arrive to Earth because they try to install control systems. Control systems are all about forming a belief and making people acquire that belief and make it strong, that would through that belief the controllers could control them. They can make up, erase memory, make up a book, say it's coming from the sky and things like that. First they make you question who you are. They make you question that you're capable of knowing things, and that you're smart enough, and then you're good enough for yourself to figure things out. Then they sell their higher beings who know better than you, and then they build religion kind of cult based on that. There's just one higher being who would know better. And that's what you were spreading. They were telling them not to listen. But then I see the Nordics come. It's like, what they did? They blended in this timeline, they blend in. I see they almost modify themselves energetically to blend in into the society of humans, and they look like them anyway already. Um, but there's something about their eyes that are very cold and evil. You get that feeling, they're angry. So they use some technology. It's like a mask on their eyes, on their faces. You don't see the real face. You don't. The perception here, how you read people, it somehow gets blocked by their technology that they wear inside their skulls. And having, they literally like start having babies with the women of Earth. And then those babies already have that what we call it reptilian brain, but I don't feel anymore like it's reptilian brain looking at all this what's happening here, because I also feel like those tall whites have when I touch them, there is 8% of reptilian in them and 11% of grays in them, DNA. So they're a mixture. They're like hybrids. And they also, but the hybrids build on Pleiadian DNA. Wait, I think it goes all the way back when grays came, took Pleiadian DNA and started making hybrids, evil hybrids who look beautiful but who are evil. And that's when the whole thing is like. And then they formed this alliance was because I see all of a sudden draconians and reptilians standing up, shaking their hands like, let's do this together. And let's spread on different timelines to do that. Yeah, that's how they did it. But anyway, you're just telling me that you've seen it. And you incarnated in Egypt as a result because you've been taken um uh but actually you've been taken by those tall whites because you were watching them, you kept telling people, but they wouldn't listen at that point. There's something it's almost like they have this thing when they can manipulate the frequency of your brain. That, and then in low vibrational frequency, you start thinking differently. And that's what they started doing to the population of the original Earth. And that's when you felt like you had to leave, but they took over your pyramid technology. They stole it. I mean, pyramids were flying pyramids, like spaceships in the shape of a pyramid. They stole that idea. The way the energy circulates inside the pyramid the idea became valuable to them. They replicated it into the how to siphon energy from Earth and make the planet theirs. To make the planet yours, you have to own the energy. Once you do, that everything is yours because nothing can exist without your energy, and you either sell your energy or create a system how to sell your energy so for beings can survive. So you go, pops up as like you had 1000 like 118 lives, 1118. And then I get 00000 zeros. I know, it's almost like you hop from one timeline to another because at some point you created this mission for your own self with all the other 17 of you that you have to monitor this until it gets better because you've seen the original place how it is and you fell in love with it, and you're saying that your heart belongs to that original place. You like it so much. There are animals living freely with people. As a matter of fact, animals take care of people a lot of times too. And it's like perfect symbiosis and harmony with the planet and the air and the electromagnetic field around. And you own that field. It's not filled with algorithms of matrix like it's now. It's actually the free energy that you create from your own, whatever that is you want to create. So you've been waiting all this time to see it's going back to normal. And it's really frustrating because they keep stretching time out, stretching it out. When you came, there was no time. You call it a time band. They put it over. It's like you create a system within system within system. Inside the system, you stuff it up with software programs. One of it is time. Think that one after another comes. when in fact everything comes together and everybody, and if you get interfered with, you get manipulated. Your reality gets manipulated because it can go to your past, change something. So all of a sudden you wake up, you're a different person.
Mhm.
But that's because they get access to your energy body. They put implants in. They can manipulate everything the way they want. They put you in another bubble, which is called karma. Then they put you in another bubble, feeling guilty about karma. And the most strong bubble would be some, you can call it religious, but some strong beliefs. Any strong beliefs can be used against you.
Mm.
So when you start understanding none of this is true, you break the bubble like your subconscious show me, like you hold a needle and burst a bubble, the balloon, and it just deflates. So see, it's just thin air. It's just the energy of your creation around you. As none of this exists, all of a sudden, I see the interesting stuff now. Like your subconscious shows me like a pedestal, right? Like at the Olympics, at the end, they stand first spot or whatever. They win second and third, right, on the sides. And like those aliens, they go like this. It's really funny how you show. And they stand on the pedestal, like they're number one. They want us to see them as number one. All their creations and fake stories supposed to be number one too for us. Like we must believe in the some saints coming to earth and helping and sometimes and then they're gonna be back, which is never gonna happen actually. But they want us to believe. So we stay down at the second and third place. Once we burst the bubble of their creation, their lies and deception, we get to the same place they are. And they get scared. They look at us, they get scared, so they want to escape. And that's exactly what happened now. The population of Earth, by the way, that's the majority. I see 65% of population woken up right now at this point, awaken, and they burst the bubble of deception. They face the it's hard to face it because all of a sudden you're the one who's responsible. You can blame the governor, the president, your teacher, your parents, your friends, whatever. You can blame them. You only can blame yourself. And that's a tough responsibility to take. So you're telling me, yeah, well, that's if we stand next to them and tell, hey, we figured out you. And those disappear that very moment you tell them that, they disappear from your reality. You're clean. You can walk out anytime. It's like, when somebody's trying to influence your thinking or scare you into believing something or guilt you into something. They use the guilt as the strongest weapon. That's what your subconscious telling me. All your lives you experience that. Once I said that, I see like you're standing like it's in an energetic nest. And it goes like over a little bit. It goes up to your knees. It circles. And there is like, like Medusa Gargona with all the snakes coming out from her head. I see like snakes all around. Just it's like, where did you get that? Second. You know what's going on? It's like one of the snakes would always go into your body, get the energy, get down. Another one goes up, get the energy, gets down. And I feel sometimes you feel super exhausted because it depends from which part of your body they would take the energy because it compartmentalized compartments. When they get the energy from your head, it's hard to think for you. It's like, I'm foggy today. When they get the energy from your heart area, it's like, I'm just depleted. I can't get up from, I get too tired. I need to sleep. And the connection there gets kind of fogged up almost, that the feeling was the soul, was intuition and everything. You just want to lay down, get out of the body, because that's when you feel you're um, you're flying on some sort of like spaceship that looks like egg shaped, like flatter than that, and the front is more like this, but then it gets some things like this, like almost like triangular wings, and they go all the way behind, so it's like a triangle, and this thing emerging from it. It's only for 4 people, which is interesting, but it's like it has like a cockpit, and then it has a large room with a table behind. It's a pretty big spaceship. It's not like super tiny like a car that you can walk there. There's different rooms and stuff, but there are two major one, the cockpit, and it's all like it has this beautiful blue glass, and you can observe the space, and you can observe the earth, and you like keep this connection with yourself, and you send impulses. It's like you send impulses to yourself from yourself there, but you yourself there, here's how you look. You look this bright, very dark blue eyes. It was like you don't see the eyes like that in humans. And you have this dark, it looks like Egyptian hair, the same kind of style, but it's long, shiny black. It's much thicker though. Each hair is thicker than our hairs. It just looks like some sort of antennas. They participate in the energy circulation because the suit you're wearing, it has a stand-up collar here. The stand-up collar, when you go out of the spaceship, produces some energetic like helmet type thing to protect your head. So that's interesting. Um, but yeah, you keep that connection. I see the other ones, they're wearing the same suits. They're like light blue suits, and they're like jumpsuits. Um, Very interesting. But then, so back to the snake nest. Let's go back when, there are some snake people that came. Um, it's like you came back to get your spaceships, and you got locked in one of the pyramids because you wanted. They blocked the control somehow, and I see this very long, tall. The cape goes like neck, like a big, thick material, and goes back. It's a black cape with a red inside, and this old, like, it's not cobra, but it's snake, but looks like cobra. It doesn't have, he has a fake hood that it puts it on. The very kind of scaly brown face being like Naga. He's the one who just blocked you there. Somehow you use some technology, you disappeared again. You're just gone. That's something about the jumpsuit that you wear. It makes it possible to change the frequency of your body, and you just like gone into thin air. I think it's amazing technology. It's really something. But the thing is, you got the energy of that snake. He tried to shoot something. He's got this eye, it looks like this, right in the middle of his head. Looks like a reptilian eye, right in the middle, like third eye. And from that third eye, he beamed something. It's like a beam of light. It's transparent, but it forms a ball at the end, and it grips onto you like a chewing gum would stick to the surface. And that affected you in some life number 5502. It's really like the numbers are going forever, and it brought you the snakes there, that nest. And what you do, it's like you keep stepping on their heads, like, stop it, stop doing it to me. But they're just sitting there. And I see what would happen, like when you would ask for somebody's help in the past, the snakes would project. They make a projection of that, whatever that is, angel, saint, spirit guide, whatever. And it goes like this. It's around you, you know. It would look real, like real in your energy sphere, and you would just take it as a real thing. But it's they use amazing technology too. It's like an implant. Okay, this nest with snakes is just an implant. You connected to that Naga being. That's why Egypt came through, because that's the focus of attention right there. You just take it from your underneath, and it's like embedded in your energy sphere, and it has a big like cord there, and the cord goes to the large, flat, round spaceship where Nagas are with the Greys. I see Greys and Nagas together on that spaceship. The Greys look different. They have yellow skin, totally yellow skin. Not like bright, but this kind of like ugly, mustardy yellow. The eyes look not completely black. They got this dirty purple to them, but they're grays. There's some other type race of gray aliens. Um, so it's an implant from them. It came. You put it in the portal, and I see like the whole thing looks like, imagine the snake nest, a big like tube underneath, and their little snakes as cords, and they just pulled out. With that, the went compartments looked like shells in your body, and there are 9 of them I see. So they're gone with the whole system. It's like a system. I wouldn't call it an exoskeleton, but there's something they build inside that it's like containers almost. They collect energy in there that's easily accessible for them when they get it. But yeah, it goes to the spaceship. You're basically like powering the whole spaceship with your own energy there. And you yourself on the other spaceship, or the one that I saw for 4 people, absolutely knew about it. You couldn't disconnect by yourself. You yourself in the 3D body here on Earth had to do it, because that 3D body is used to. It's almost like they would get information from you also, because snakes are monitors also, not only energy takers, they're information takers. The minute it's like you start remembering something, they could block memories. And you're a convenient energy source for them too. So they would want you to stay for a long, long time. Would be their decision, not yours. When there's a book of life, you're holding it right now. It has an interesting tree on it. It has like a brown trunk with this interesting thing around, almost like a fan that you use for air. It goes all around, and it's made out of, when you look at the leaf under the microscope, let's say something under it from like a seaweed, it has little tiny, it's like a wave material. That's how it looks. It's golden on top. The book is brown. The pages look like papyrus type paper. It's like whitish, yellowish.